So here's the big news. It is Reince Priebus and others that are in there basically trying to get Trump running scared of this made-up Russia crap. And Trump's like, we made an alliance with Russia years ago to start taking down ISIS and blocking Obama. Our own military is advising me to do this. They're saying Russia isn't an existential threat, that it's China, that this makes sense to have this alliance. And Rex Tillerson is saying the same thing. It's not about money. It's about victory globally for freedom. And a new alliance with Japan and breaking up the euro and getting sovereignty back in the UK. It's an alliance with the UK, Euro states that break free from globalism, Russia and Japan, and Brazil, or anybody else that breaks away. This is the new strategy that will win for this country and the world. This is a strategy based on justice and wealth and victory. But the globalists with the EU and the Goldman Sachs crowd in China, they at Davos, I told you this months before, I said, watch, China will be their big defender. China will be who's going to, quote, save the one world government. And sure enough, they came out and announced China to save the world government, China to help censor the American alt-right, China to advise and help defeat the uprising in Europe and America. They openly talk like this at Davos to themselves like you're animals, like you can't read what they're saying. Then they go on the news and say, Trump, Russian. Alex, Russian. Drudge, Russian. This is a joke. So that's what's happening right now. And Reince Priebus is the third column, or fifth column if you want to call it that, inside the White House, whether he's a moron, a quizzling. I mean, the guy looks like a golem-like creature, just a sycophantic, bedwetter, who just grovels and sycophants around. And Trump has to throw him out of the room all the time. And Priebus can't stand it because Trump works 18 hours a day, and Priebus doesn't like to work more than 10 hours a day, and Priebus is exhausted. He looks like he's dying when you see videos of him, stumbling around because he just constantly is at the president's side. Oh, sir, let me help you. Oh, people come into a meeting. Oh, I need to be in this meeting, sir. And Trump can tell who the neocons and who his enemies are, because a lot of times Priebus doesn't, that's when Priebus can run off and have a dinner or see his family or go to the bathroom or eat something or get his hair cut. Is whenever one of the establishment comes in, Priebus like, oh, I'll leave you now, sir. Bye-bye. Oh. Like Trump doesn't know this is going on. Oh, Paul Ryan drops by. Oh, I better leave. Oh, bye. Bye, Paul. His boss, Reince Priebus's boss is Paul Ryan. That's his boss. Just like Newt Gingrich is a Rockefeller Republican, that's where he came from, and a globalist. And Trump knew that. He just used him to get into power, and now he's flushing him. Don't you love how he's blowing the globalists out the airlock, not the patriots? But they are pushing hard to do that. So normally I could care less who's in an administration. They're all globalists, Democrats, or Republicans. It doesn't matter. It's just different piles of you-know-what. With this is a real battle. This is really, really important. And so the reason Priebus is so important is he's in there leaking and pushing narratives and making it look like that there's actually some Russia connection. And he's the, quote, credibility. He's the double agent, folks. Reince Priebus is the double agent from all the research we have and from my sources. And I've known this for really over 2 weeks, but it was clear 2 weeks ago that Trump is also priming the media. You know, you like Reince Priebus? I'm having some problems with him. I think he might be a problem getting some of my agenda done. Absolutely he is. Oh, the president's not going to drain the swamp. Reince Priebus, Newt Gingrich made up to undermine the president. Oh, we're not going to get tax cuts this year. Donald Trump's like, the hell we aren't. Oh, we're not going to quite get rid of all of Obamacare. You know, just on and on and on out of Reince Priebus, Reince Priebus, Reince Priebus. You'll see Paul Ryan say something one day, and then Reince Priebus says it the next, as if the president said it. We didn't elect blue-eyed Paul Ryan. And nothing against Paul Ryan, but, you know, he's just got those little light blue eyes and the little movie star dark hair. He has that little fake, I'm the good boy next door. Look, that guy looks like a literal psychopath, okay? He thinks he's better than everybody. He thinks he's going to die. He's another soulless globalist, and I can't stand Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan, if it's the last thing InfoWars ever does, we're going to politically wreck you. You understand that, punk? You are the biggest backstabbing, open border promoting, anti-gun, pro-Obamacare slimeball I've ever seen. But you always say the right thing, don't you? But at the key clutch time, you're a big, fat, Benedict Arnold with your Eddie Munster haircut. My whole life I've dealt with these so-called alpha males that aren't alpha males. A real alpha male wants to empower the species, Dumbo. Why don't you try to be one? And Lindsey Graham and John McCain and all these other psychopaths. They make me sick. And they're working overtime to hammer the recovery. Goldman Sachs is working overtime to implode the economy, openly announcing, telling their investors, dump everything, it's over. But it isn't working, isn't it? You use bubbles for your big fat selves to give yourselves trillions and then give none to the people. Trump is going to use a bubble to flood the people with money. And it's dangerous, by the way, but we're going to go down if he doesn't. So he is injecting adrenaline right in our heart right now, trying to get the needle through the rib cage. And Paul Ryan and the Democrats are all trying to keep his hand from getting into the heart with that needle. And they're rolling around saying, why don't you stick the needle right here, Trump? We want that adrenaline. We want it. 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 It's ours. Why? So you can have billions more in your Swiss bank accounts, you jerks? Fly around on bigger private jets on your little power trips while you piss on America because you want to conquer us? It's all a metaphysical pissing contest with you, isn't it? I see you. So that's some pretty heavy, important stuff. I got a lot of other really riveting news here, obviously, to cover. But, I mean, that's the big issue. Reince Priebus and Paul Ryan and all of them are enemies of this country. And they're in there playing all sorts of dirty little tricks to try to make Trump's constituents angry, to start undermining him, to say, look, sir, you've been abandoned by your base. You better go with the Republican establishment now. That's the strategy. Your strategy failed, sir. You're wrong. Yeah. I knew they were doing that and privately talked about it. And I mentioned it some on air, too. But remember the Washington Post article? Trump's biggest problem is his base and Alex Jones. If we can get them to abandon Trump. I mean, I love how they write these articles like we don't read them. Again, they're so arrogant that they're doing it right in front of you. And they think you don't see, they think you don't know. There's something about beta males that the globalists hire and put in charge where they think they're alpha males and they always do the same little scams. So, again, they keep telling Trump in hundreds of articles a day, hundreds, do not associate with InfoWars. Do not support it. Because they know it's the zeitgeist. They know it's the power base. They know it's the spirit of 1776. They know it will kill them politically. But it's already spreading across the globe. It's already happening across the planet. So it's not Alex Jones, it's the spirit of liberty. So again, we don't need Trump, Trump needs us. And I don't say that arrogantly. We're the base, we're the people, we're the Republic, we're the Patriots, we're the Paul Reveres, we're the people that understand the score, and people are listening to us. You know why you're panicking? Because notice this Joy Villa, who I really want to get on, had her album sales explode 18,000+% within hours of wearing a Make America Great Again dress. Plus, she's a classic 1950s beauty. You know, she's got the real curves of a woman. And, I mean, look at those. I'm sorry. She's just a beautiful creation of God, those thighs. And she's wearing this Make America Great Again outfit, this beautiful dress made by a Filipino-American immigrant who loves Trump. And it's just a joke. That's the new counterculture. That's the avant-garde. America was always the true counterculture. It was always the cutting edge. It was always the future. And they're trying to steal it from you. That's why they tell you America's so bad all day. Sure, we've done bad stuff, but we were the ideal that strove the furthest. The most inventions, the most money, the biggest middle class, the most success, the most medicine, the most art, the most literature. And the globalists hijacked that. And they hijacked the image of a real woman and then gave us some meth head look. You know, because the gay men that run fashion think that looks good. Nothing against gay men. I just don't agree with their taste of heroin chic. Making women look like little boys. That looks like a woman. Let's pull that camera back. That right there is a woman. Now, let's get serious here. They're totally panicking and freaking out. There's nothing more disgusting than Meryl Streep running around again, bitching and saying Trump's a monster when the woman gives standing ovations to pedophiles and ran a movement to try to get Roman Polanski's rape conviction of a little 13-year-old girl they drugged, they grabbed, they drugged, and they raped. Talk about a weird demonic harpy slithering around, moralizing about how Trump objectifies women when you support people that rape little girls. What the hell's your problem, witch? Go back to hell where you came from. Be gone! Be gone, demon! Be gone, Meryl Streep! Back to hell! Get behind me, Satan! Fall! Go back where you're supposed to go, weak one! You see, they've all sold us that God's weak. That's all a lie. God is strong. God is the heavens, the earth. God is life and death. And God is fire. The fire of wisdom. The fire of enlightenment. The fire of will. And the fire of the future. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, see, I told you so, that communist Chinese-style net censorship was coming to the web, because it's already here. It's being announced. The way you keep the internet open and free is you get involved more than ever. Go to Infowars.com/app. A new battleship in the fight. Infowars Live, available right now. We're looking for a crew to man it. You gonna sit down and play games and be a trendy? Or are you gonna be part of history? Don't sit by and let the internet and free speech be stolen from you. Take action.